In today's video, I'll show you how to crochet this unique textured granny square. After working 2 rounds of a standard granny square, we only work 2 sides in the following rounds until we reach the last 2. I'll be using a worsted weight yarn in 3 pastel colors and white, but you can use any weight and colors that you like. You can change the look by using multiple shades of the same color for an ombre effect, Christmas colors, fall colors, contrasting colors, or whatever combination you like. If this is your first visit to my channel, I hope you'll check out my other videos for some fun crochet and craft projects and tutorials. And check out my Ravelry shop for even more crochet patterns. You'll find a link in the description box. Now grab some yarn and a hook and let's have some fun crocheting. Start with the magic ring. I like to use the double ring, and you'll find a link for that tutorial in the description box. Chain 3 or 4 to act as the first double crochet. I like to chain 4 because the first chain tends to get a little buried when we work with the magic ring. You could also use a standing stitch, which I'll demonstrate in following rounds. Double crochet 2 times into the ring. Chain 2. Double crochet 3 times into the ring. We'll repeat that 2 more times. The first 2 rounds of the square are worked like a traditional granny square. Chain 2. Close the magic ring. Slip stitch to the first standing stitch or the top chain of your beginning chains. Or you can chain 1 and do an invisible finish like you see me demonstrating here. Fasten off and sew in the tails. Make a slip knot with your next color. We'll start with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space. Yarn over, insert the hook into the corner space. Hold on to the tail at the back, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops to complete the standing double. Double crochet 2 more times into the same space. Chain 2. Double crochet 3 more times into the same space to complete the corner. Skip the next 3 stitches and work another corner in the next chain 2 space. Corners will always consist of 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Skip the next 3 stitches and work another corner. Skip the next 3 stitches and work another corner. Complete the round with a slip stitch to the first stitch or do an invisible finish. Fasten off and sew in the tails. We'll start round 3 with a standing double crochet in any corner space using the next color. Double crochet 2 more times into the same space. We do not complete the corner. Skip the next 3 stitches. Double crochet into the space between the 2 clusters. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch of the cluster directly below. Make sure that you're pulling the loops up tall enough so that your stitch is the same height as other stitches in the current row. Double crochet into the same space. Skip the next 3 stitches and work a corner. Skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet into the space between the next 2 clusters. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch of the cluster directly below. Double crochet into the same space. Skip the next 3 stitches. We only work 1/2 of the next corner with 3 double crochets into the corner space. Turn the work. You can start by chaining 3 to act as your first double crochet. I prefer to use the stacked single crochet standing stitch. Insert the hook into the stitch and do a single crochet. Work another single crochet into the left leg of the first single crochet. Skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet 3 times in the next space. Skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet 3 times in the next space. Skip the next 3 stitches and work a corner. Skip the next 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets in the next space. Skip the next 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets in the next space. Skip 2 stitches and double crochet in the last stitch. Fasten off and sew in the tails. Turn the work so the right side is facing you. Using the next color, start the next round with a standing double crochet in the last stitch of the previous round. If you prefer, you can chain 3. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch in the cluster directly below. Double crochet in the space between the double crochet and the next cluster. Skip the next cluster and double crochet in the next space. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch of the cluster directly below. Double crochet in the same space. Repeat that one more time. Skip the next cluster and work a corner. Skip the next cluster and double crochet in the next space. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch of the cluster directly below. Double crochet in the same space. Repeat that one more time. Skip the next cluster and double crochet in the next space. Front post treble crochet around the middle stitch of the cluster below. Double crochet in the last stitch. Turn the work. Start the next round with a standing double crochet. Skip 2 stitches and put 3 double crochets in the next space. Repeat that 2 more times. Skip the next cluster and work a corner. Skip the next cluster and put 3 double crochets in the next space. Repeat that 2 more times. Skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet in the last stitch. Fasten off and sew in the tails. If you want to make a larger square, repeat the last 2 rounds. We work the last 2 rounds around the entire square. Turn the work so the right side is facing you. Let's take a look at the round. Most of the spaces between clusters and corners are well defined, but some are not. Looking at the upper right corner of the square, there is no corner space. We use the space between the double crochet and the 3 double crochet cluster as the corner space. The next corner is a standard chain 2 corner space. The next corner is just like the first corner. The space between the double crochet and the cluster becomes the corner space. The last corner is the standard chain 2 space. Start the next round with a standing double crochet in any corner space. Double crochet 2 more times into the space. Chain 2. Double crochet 3 more times into the same space to complete the corner. Skip the next cluster and work 3 double crochets in the next space. Skip the next cluster and work 3 double crochets in the next space. You'll repeat that one more time. Work a corner with 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the next space. We don't have a cluster or defined space between clusters to work into. Work a cluster between the front post treble crochet and double crochet in round 5. Work 3 double crochets between the last 2 stitches of round 3. Continue with a cluster in the next space. Work a corner. Work a cluster in the next 2 spaces. Work a cluster around the post of the double crochet in round 4. Work a corner in the next space between the double crochet and the next cluster. Skip the next 3 stitches and work a cluster in the next space. Repeat that 2 more times. Slip stitch to the first stitch to complete the round. If you're going to be working multiple squares and joining them together, you need to think about the join method that you want to use before starting the next round. You may want to end with this round or continue with the next round. I'll leave a link to my Joining Squares playlist in the description box to give you some ideas. Start the last round with a standing single crochet in any corner space. Single crochet 2 more times in the same space to complete the corner. Single crochet in each stitch across the edge until you reach the next corner. Single crochet 3 times in the corner space. Continue with the single crochet in each stitch until you reach the next corner and repeat the pattern until the end of the round. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the first stitch or do an invisible finish, then fasten off and sew in the tails. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I would love it if you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.